This opportunity has emerged thanks to the synergy created by several different developments that have occurred simultaneously. The first, and possibly the most important, is the significant increase in funding by the private and public sectors for food security and climate action. For example, at COP28, over 200 organizations around the world committed to providing $7 billion for food security. As well, the World Bank announced it is making available $45 billion globally for food and nutrition security. This bank is also providing substantial funding for climate action. For example, it reported that it delivered $31.7 billion in climate finance in fiscal year 2022. The African Development Bank, or AFDB, indicated it is providing a lending pipeline of $2.9 billion to support Dakar-2 agricultural delivery compacts in 2024. As well, the International Fund for Agricultural Development, or IFAD, has launched a $500 million fund to channel climate finance to smallholder farmers. Lastly, it has been reported that the Agriculture Innovation Mission for Climate Initiative, which is also known as AIM for Climate, has grown to more than $17 billion at COP28. To access this funding, the following key steps are needed. First, research the full range of funding sources. Next, build connections with funders. Next, engage organizations that have successfully implemented projects and have the capacity to scale up. Then, select appropriate technologies to maximize impact of a project. Finally, prepare and submit credible professional quality bankable proposals. Since most organizations do not have the capacity to implement all these important tasks, we and our partners formed a new organization to provide the needed services to implement these tasks. This organization is called the Alliance for Food Security Action in Africa, or AFSAA. Its main focus is to facilitate funding for sustainable technologies and methodologies to improve food security in Africa. In order to accomplish this goal, it implements several important tasks, including researching potential funders, collaborating with like-minded organizations, engaging with funders, assist its members to develop project proposals, apply to funders along with submitting proposals to them, and follow up with funders. To maximize funding for projects, AFSAA can help organizations access blended finance. Shown here are some blended finance components starting with loans, which can be guaranteed by the Africa Guarantee Fund. Once a loan guarantee commitment is obtained, AFSAA can then assist organizations to apply for grant funding and or obtain investment from impact investors. If a project is over $10 million in total, a project developer may want to use an online platform called Convergence Finance to attract investments to help reach 100% funding for this project. AFSAA can assist a project developer to access this platform. There are many foundations now publicly supporting climate action. For example, Philanthropy for Climate has now approximately 800 member foundations. There are also many foundations that are part of the Africa Philanthropy Network as well as the East Africa Philanthropy Network. We expect that most of these foundations support both food security funding as well as climate action. There is a large number of impact investors around the world that are collectively investing hundreds of billions of dollars. For example, according to the Global Impact Investing Network, or GIIN, there are over 1,340 organizations that currently manage approximately $502 billion in impact investing assets worldwide. There are several impact investor organizations around the world. Shown here are three notable ones, starting with the Global Impact Investing Network. Next is the Africa Impact Investing Group, and finally is the Canada Forum for Impact Investment and Development, or CAFIID. There are now several initiatives that facilitate investment in food security and climate solutions. You can consider them components of an ecosystem that can facilitate increased investment in food security and climate solutions. This includes online platforms, project facilitation services, project aggregation, and financial incentives. One key component that is making this opportunity possible are online platforms, such as the International Renewable Energy Agency's Climate Investment Platform, the Energy Transition Accelerator Financing Platform, and Convergence Finance's Investment Platform. These platforms can facilitate connections between project developers and investors. Then a range of complementary services and financial incentives can be accessed to help move projects forward. Another important component is project aggregation. Since very substantial sums of money are managed by large institutional investors that often do not have the administrative capacity to invest in smaller projects, Aggregating smaller investments into larger ones is an important part of increasing investment in food security and climate solutions. Fortunately, some large impact investment funds do perform this type of service. In addition, there has been considerable growth of organizations that provide project and business facilitation services over the last several years. They provide a critical service to project developers to help them develop bankable projects and obtain funding for them. Some of the organizations providing business facilitation services can be considered business accelerators and/or incubators. An example project facilitation service provider is the Private Financing Advisory Network, or PFAN. An example business facilitation service provider is the Climate Finance Accelerator, Nigeria. There is a growing range of financial incentives becoming available for food security and climate solutions from organizations such as Africa Development Bank. These incentives help make investing in projects significantly more attractive to a private investor. You can view lists of the incentives on multiple online platforms, including the NDC Partnership's Climate Finance Explorer and the Terra Viva Grants Directory. Due to the growing awareness of the need for more action on climate change, new funding programs are being launched by various organizations. For example, UNDP Platform for Voluntary Bilateral Cooperation, which is based on the new carbon market mechanism set out in Article 6.2 of the Paris Agreement. Currently, only Ghana, Vanuatu, and Switzerland launched projects through this platform, but this is expected to expand to many more countries. There are several training and education services available that relate to climate finance and smart technologies. For example, there is the Climate Finance Accelerator Nigeria that is focused on finance. In addition, there is the Ghana Climate Innovation Center that is more focused on climate solutions. For sustainable agriculture, there is the West African Center for Water, Irrigation and Sustainable Agriculture at the University of Development Studies in Ghana. As well, there are considerable online resources available. For example, as part of their Africa Climate Action Initiative, the Canada-Africa Partnership Network created several excellent training videos that are available on their YouTube channel. The Agriculture Innovation Mission for Climate, or AIM for Climate, was launched at COP26. At COP28, AIM for Climate more than doubled in investments to more than $17 billion. The number of partners in AIM for Climate rose to over 600 at COP28. As well, the number of innovation initiatives, called innovation sprints, in AIM for Climate rose to 78 by this same COP. Shown here is an example of how to combine innovative technologies to grow more food. This combination includes an enclosure with fine plastic screen on its exterior to protect plants from pests, which is called a net house. Inside this enclosure is a drip irrigation system to provide efficient delivery of water to the plants. The water fed to the plants would include a biofertilizer, which converts nitrogen from the air to nitrates for plants. Since the cost of wind and solar energy has declined substantially over the last decade and is now often less expensive than energy generated from fossil fuels, one area of climate solutions that will likely receive the biggest increase in investment is in the renewable energy area. In order to attract funding from sources that fund food security and/or climate action, it is helpful to use technologies that can both generate profits and create significant impact. Fortunately, there has been a considerable increase in the number of climate-smart technologies that can do both. For example, you can reduce food waste through solar-powered cold storage facilities. One company building and selling these systems in West Africa is called TAGE. As well, you can purchase solar-powered irrigation systems from companies such as Sun Culture. Innovative solar-powered microgrids are available from companies such as FlexGrid. One very cost-effective way to provide clean water to a community is through a water filter system that allows people to buy this water via their cell phone. One company that is selling these systems is called Systec. Lastly, technology is now available that extracts moisture from air for use as drinking water. It can be purchased from a company called Skywire. In conclusion, there is a substantial opportunity to increase funding for food security and climate action has emerged due to several new simultaneous developments. This first and perhaps the most important development is a substantial increase in multi-billion US dollar funding commitments for food security and climate action. These major funding commitments are enabling a growing range of financial incentives to become available to encourage private sector investment. To help facilitate this funding, the Alliance for Food Security Action in Africa has been launched, and it can play an important role in helping many organizations access this funding. As well, a substantial decrease in costs of renewable energy technologies and increase in range of available climate-smart technologies are creating many new attractive investment opportunities. If you want to learn more about the opportunity to access funding for food security and climate action projects, visit climatesand.org/FSCA.
So I'd leave that up there. And so as you can see, there's many options on how to access financing, and that's why I think that the Alliance for Food Security Action in Africa can play a very significant role in helping private companies, state governments, NGOs access funding. So we're currently working right now. We're working with about 4 NGOs and a few state governments, and then by the time this event happens later this month with the NDDC, we're hoping to have all 9 states on board with us from the NDDC area. You know, there's 9 states part of their group. So, is there any questions? Any thoughts of what you would like to? Yep. So this is going to be published on the conference website, and then as well, if you go to FSCA, okay, if you type in climatesand.org FSCA, you can watch the video again, and I also included a link to all the slides, because each of the slides or each of those things with underline, those are links, and then in the PDF file, you just click on the link, and it'll open up that link.
Thank you so much, Mr. Paul.
Okay, so have you got everything?
Yeah, you've used very effectively your 15 minutes.
Okay.
And we are very grateful for that. A round of applause for him, please.
Okay.
We're still missing Sumit Chan, but that won't matter. We can now have someone we call a model yesterday. And you agree with me that she's done very well representing Nigeria on diaspora matter. Is someone excited about that? All right. Permit me to say that I welcome this beautiful lady. Okay. A mother, a grandmother, an honorable member of the legislature in Nigeria who have served very well, Was this be here? No. Okay. And a few minutes ago, she just set me up. So if I retaliate here now, don't say anything. But I tell you that it's our 62nd birthday tomorrow. And so I'm not saying she's blushing, but you can see that her leg changed. So when she was setting me up, I said, well, one beautiful thing about us is that we knew ourselves when we were younger. So I've seen a lot of her catwalk, but thank God that she's still doing a lot more. So thank you so much, the chair of Nigerian Diaspora Commission.
Thank you.
It's an honor to have you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my dear brother, the one and only Ambassador Bolaji. I've known you for a long time, and I want to thank you for the great job you've done in foreign affairs as a fantastic diplomat. I appreciate you. Thank you. So don't worry, I will set you up publicly. Senator Ume, Chairman, Senate Committee on Diaspora, my Oga at the top. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the wonderful working relationship the Commission has had with you. Organizers of this summit, Mr. Sam Adewale and his team, King Wale Adesoya, I pay my respect and compliments to everyone, and I have to recognize Honorable Terab, Director TTI of the Nigerian Diaspora Commission. Ms. Adewale, So let me go straight to the topic, and I'll be as brief as I can. I want to take it from the gentleman who talked about my Ghanaian brother. Where is he? Okay. Who talked about, I think we take it from there. He talked about diaspora, mortgage, housing, and all that, which is, and Kweku said the two countries that they said they knew were Ghana and Nigeria. So I said it would be Nigeria, then Ghana. And Kweku, there's a lot of work we would like to do with you since you've started something like that. So for the diaspora, first is, we are your embassy in Nigeria. So work with us. And there's so much we can do together. And of course, the Senate has a committee on diaspora, chaired by Senator Umi, and the House Committee on Diaspora, chaired by Senator Tochukwu, who will be here for the Gala. So housing. We have a housing program. Unfortunately, we have not launched it because we're waiting for the Minister of Housing, who will officially unveil it. We're just dotting the T's and the I's. So a combination of the housing program and the mortgage program, so that from wherever you are, you can own your own homes. One of the biggest problems is the fact that you get duped. You want to buy a house. King Wale Adesoya wants to buy a house, or you send him the money to build you a house. Then the next thing, he marries 2 wives, and the money disappears. So I want to ensure that all those things don't happen anymore. There are diaspora cities now that will be coming up in every state of Nigeria through the Federal Housing Authority. And some, Honorable Terab, I think about a number have already gotten their letters from FHA. So just talk to Honorable Terab, go to our website, and then you just register. If you want a little place in your state, not the big ones though, somewhere in your state and all that, we're making it happen for you through the FHA. And the Ministry of Housing and Federal Mortgage Bank are coming up with a mortgage scheme. Sorry, we've been announcing that since. We have not launched it because we want to ensure it's foolproof. Last month, somebody came up with a website and said, pay to me if you want diaspora mortgage. So we have to ensure that it's foolproof. That when you put your money, you put $200, I think for 6 months, to know that you have a source of income. Then thereafter, you'll be entitled to 50 million naira as a mortgage. I know you cannot build your house, but it'll be a catalyst to you investing and doing much more in your country. So we look forward to fully starting that off with the diaspora. Now, thank you for putting this together. And the idea is that we do more of this abroad. But we also do back home in Abuja, the Diaspora Investment Summit, 5th to 7th of November 2024. You can register online to participate. You can also be home. The idea is we've been talking to a lot of people here. We want to make it easier for you when you want to invest in Nigeria. Like a lady who came to ask Senator Umi, what are the challenges? Who do you want to talk to? How do we navigate? We are there to help you all that. And we're glad that we've been doing that since the last 5 years of the commission. There's a lot more to do, but we started that. Navigating, dotting the T's and the I's. There was a gentleman who went to the wrong hands. We were able to solve his matter, and he got on with his business. And then we also work with the presidential enabling environment on ease of doing business in Nigeria. So whatever the challenges, let us know. We'll see what we can solve. Somebody sent me a mail today. I said, attend NDI. I said, are you going to sort a few things for me? Are you going to give me accommodation? I said, no, but come. So if you have the serious things you want to do, we're there for you. The Diaspora Day just took place July 25. I thank all of you from Canada who participated. It is your day. It is your Diaspora Day. It is your own national celebration of the diaspora. And we've introduced another content, the Merit Award. So we'll be doing the 3rd one next year, so that all of you doing great things, let's celebrate you back home with an award ceremony. And we just got the good news before coming here that the award winners will now be nominated to get the national honor. So there'll be a diaspora category for the national honor. So this year's national honor, we've been told that we can select 3 Nigerians for the national honor, diasporans. So hopefully it will get better. Let's encourage you, because you're all doing great things here in the diaspora. We have the data portal, and I want to encourage you to register on the data portal. Honorable Sarah, what is the www.nidcom? It will announce it again. The idea is to know where you are, what you are doing, so that we can reach you easily. Now it's not only through when there's a disaster, when there's a problem, that we'll be rushing to say we want to come home. Like during COVID, it was hell. When we thought we had 1,000 people, they were like 10,000. So register, let's know who you are, where you are, what you're doing, so we can be able to reach you at any point in time. So the data portal started with NIDCOM, and it's growing gradually. I'm sure you want me to talk about diaspora voting. Yeah. Senator Ome is here. So you've all been asking me, when are you going to vote? Well, the good thing is there is now the Senate, the National Assembly is amending the Constitution. So a bill has been sponsored by the Speaker of the House of Representatives to amend the Constitution so that the diaspora can vote. So it's actually in the hands of the Parliament. Is it going to happen? I hope so. But we need to lobby them. We need to engage them. We need to let them understand why we shouldn't be afraid of diaspora voting. So direct all questions to Senator Ome to ensure that it happens in Parliament. But it's on the burner now to be amended by the Parliament. So I hope it happens because you deserve to vote. We're talking about, in the last 5 years, the diaspora has remitted almost $90 billion to the Nigerian economy. Can we clap for the diaspora? It's a lot of impact on the economy of Nigeria. And beyond that, the diaspora are beginning to invest in Nigeria. And from our statistics, from the area of healthcare, education, agriculture, the food business, you are invested in Nigeria. And I want to thank the leadership group, who I know have been doing, at least I know about 2 or 3 investments they've done back home in Nigeria. And that is why we like to partner with them in doing this. And we appeal to all of you that no matter what you do, home will always be home. How do we make Nigeria a better place to live in? It's okay to be comfortable in Canada. 24-hour electricity, the roads are so smooth that you slip off and forget that you are driving. In Nigeria, you are alert because you don't know where the next pothole will be. So you have to be on the alert. Now, I know there are challenges, but only we can overcome those challenges ourselves. And I think the governor alluded to that yesterday. Only we can solve those challenges ourselves. Of course, with partnerships like we're having with Canada, as we're doing today. So really, let's look for the best of ourselves, celebrate the best of ourselves, put in together the hard work with ourselves, and together I believe that we can do a lot in Nigeria. I just came from Calgary, and I'm saying it here, Toronto, don't be angry. Calgary has a very, very well-organized diaspora community. I mean, clap for Calgary now. You wanted to, but you didn't. But so does Toronto and Ottawa. But the idea is that there's a lot we'll achieve in working together. And you know what? Some of your very best are in this room, excelling in Canada, developing Canadian economy. And I'm so proud to be in Nigeria and seeing every one of you in this room, as we always do. So my appeal to you is that there are challenges, no doubt, but nobody can do it but ourselves. And let's see ourselves as one Nigeria. We all carry that green passport. When anything happens, nobody will say you are Igbo or Yoruba or Hausa. You are a Nigerian. Period. The last time I came, I went to shelters here, and I saw Nigerians who just got to the airport and declared asylum. I met them in shelters. It was a horrible sight. And I asked them, do you think you're better off this way? And they agreed, no. So really, you are the number one ambassadors of Nigeria. You have the Diaspora Commission now to work with you, to engage with you, to ensure that whatever the challenges, we can surmount them together. But the most important thing is that what problem can you solve? What are you willing to do back home? It doesn't matter how small or how big. And I've seen a lot of people talk to us here on what they want to do. But don't let's pay lip service to what it is we want to do. Because at the end of the day, we're building ourselves, we're developing our country. And I know, like I said, I know it's not easy. It's not a bed of roses. We're going through a very challenging period now. But We all have to work at overcoming that challenging period. And we can't do it without you, the diaspora, all seated in this room. And I've seen a lot of amazing men and women that I can't wait to go back home and consolidate all you have told me you want to come and do. And like I said, there are no excuses anymore because you have the Diaspora Commission. It's a struggling agency, but we'll do everything we can to ensure that whatever you ask us, and we have the Senate Committee and the House Committee, and we have a responsive leadership that will not joke with the diaspora. President Tinubu himself was a diasporan, so he understands what we're talking about. So we need you for national engagement. We need you for development. We need you to work together. You know, nobody can ignore you, the diaspora, because you are simply the best in the world. And let's ask ourselves, how come when we come abroad, we are the best? But when we come back home, we are not so the best. So I'll leave you with a word of patriotism, a word of, let's celebrate our country. If you're abroad, you may not like me. It's okay. Criticize me, but don't bring your country down. From Canada, here in Canada was a man who came on television and said, I'm tearing my passport. And when you are doing that, you're talking down on yourself. You're talking down on me. And you're talking down on every one of you in this room. So don't let's encourage that. You know, let's talk well about our country. Look at my brother from Ghana, how he promoted his country. You are the #1 ambassadors. You need to promote your country because at the end of the day, home will always be home. There's a Yoruba saying that says, no matter how far a river flows, you can never, ever cut off from your source. Nigeria is your source. Nigeria is there for you. Nigeria is here to listen to you through the Diaspora Commission. And I tell you, together, we can take Nigeria to the top of the mountain where it truly belongs, so that you all migrate back to Nigeria, and Canadians will migrate to Nigeria to come and enjoy the warmth and kingdom of Nigeria. So thank you very much, and it's been great talking to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now I invite Senator Ume to please join her as we play this number to celebrate her birthday.
Thanks for your concern. I can manage up, so don't worry about me, worry about your airline. I did, but I'm still cashing out. You go shock, you say I can. If you know, you know. But if you don't know, now you know. Now you know. If you know, you know. The big ballers in town. Now you know. Now you know. Forget what I know them. Yes. Agbabola. How much is money? It's nothing. Ballin'. Premium or nothing. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know. Forget what I know them. Yes.
We want to bring the city of Brampton to take 5 minutes. Mr. Jayesh Menon is from the city of Brampton. And you know that the mayor of Brampton is a Nigerian. Is that all right? So welcome, Brampton. Good. You have 5.5 minutes.
I'll make it very short. Good afternoon after such a wonderful session. And it seems like the first day, when you start off the first hour of the day, it becomes very formal. Everybody is just getting themselves on the seat, getting warmed. By the time it's second day, I'm really absolutely blown out to say that what a kind of an informal gathering you had. This is what the community is all about, all of you coming together. So from my perspective, I'm actually not going to take you any further dry way of an info session, but all I'm saying is the Nigerian community over here in Ontario, particularly in Brampton, has been absolutely vibrant. Yes, it's absolutely vibrant, and it's just a coincidence that last week we had a couple of other delegates coming in. My name is Jayesh Menon, and I'm actually representing my colleague Uche Okugo. So he happens to be the person who would be basically a part, and many of you know him very well. So I'll just take a quick one that yesterday it was a great opportunity for us to welcome His Excellency Governor. So Mayor Brown was very, very happy to have received all of you. Many of you could show up at our city, and this is what it means that we all come together a great way. What I'm going to do is that I'm just taking 2 minutes to just play 2 landscape video of the city so that you all have a fair idea, and I'll just share a couple of good recipes for those businesses from Nigeria aiming to have a joint venture strategic alliance with province of Ontario, and perhaps the city is just a kind of a last mile, in order to incorporate your company. So what is important is if you find a good ecosystem where you can find your own B2B partner within your own community, alongside it could be some sort of a diversity that you would like to look upon. This is a great opportunity that we all come in as a great folks to help you, the business, to excel and calibrate. All right, so I'll just have 2 quick looped in videos and just enjoy understanding from a wonderful perspective.
Community with a growing population. It has thriving industries that have played a key role during the pandemic. It's a globally recognized city attracting businesses and startups, and it has a clear vision for innovation. And all of that aligns really well with Brampton Venturezone's mandate to invest in the growth of technology startups.
Brampton is shaping up to be a global competitor, doing the right things to attract entrepreneurs and to build the underpinning of what an innovation district and an innovation economy needs, starting with universities and academic institutions, including co-working spaces and innovation partnerships, but also attracting talent.
Our strategic plan has us bringing 200 foreign-born entrepreneurs to Brampton. Can you imagine the number of jobs that it'll create, the number of exports it'll make happen, and finally, the amount of activity within the community, because each one of these is a consumer and provides fringe benefits to the economy.
Brampton is home to 75,000 businesses, 700,000 people. We have a diverse workforce that represents 234 different cultures, speaking 115 different languages. We have the lowest average age of 36 years in Canada for a big city, and we have access to a highly skilled talent pool, and our innovation district is just steps away from the Brampton GO station, interconnecting the entire GTA and the innovation corridor. When I think of innovation district, I think of potential. I really believe that the global economy is changing. The innovation district is an opportunity to create an environment where startups
Thank you so much. So,
Just a wrap up of what I wanted to finish it off is, when we had a wonderful panel discussion of Nigerian companies and the various kinds of an exposure that we have on the agriculture side and all I would put across is that look upon an opportunities where you would like to have a strategic alliance with incubators, accelerators in various cities, provinces, and this is how 2 institutions through their countries can come together in helping the businesses. So we are very much open in terms of facilitating you, the businesses, by providing the right kind of support and an ecosystem. Do walk into our office at any point of time. We will be more than happy to help you walk through your business plan and connect you with the right resources. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Good afternoon or good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished Ambassador, Honorable Senator, thank you for coming. And to the organizers of this event, many thanks for this platform. It's been really, really fantastic and amazing, I must say. And to all the guests and attendees, thanks all for coming. So while waiting for the presentation to load, I'll be talking about real estate in Canada. I came to Canada in 2014. That's about 10 years. So I marked my 10 years in Canada this year. Before I came to Canada, I was working in oil and gas in Nigeria. I had a very wonderful career there. And when I came to Canada, I wanted to go into real estate because I was doing the same in Nigeria. And when I got here, I talked to people. Hey, I want to do real estate in Canada. I want to build houses. And they told me it's impossible. I said, why? They said that it's not for black people. When I heard that, it actually triggered something inside of me. I'm somebody I like challenges a lot. So I said, whatever is that problem that black people cannot do real estate, I want to know. They say black people, we can maybe buy houses and resell, we can do realtor, but when it comes to developing estates, we cannot do it. So I said, let me take up the challenge. And before God and man, there were so many barriers to entry, and I realized why they said so. So I began the journey, and to the glory of God, because I have just 5 minutes, we were able to surmount those challenges. And today, we're developing one of the biggest real estate projects in the whole of Ottawa by black people. So currently in Ottawa, we have 3 projects going on. One of them is an 85-acre development. There's a water park in Ottawa called Calypso Water Park. Those who are in Canada, they know it very well. It's the biggest water park in the whole of Canada. Our project is just about 3 minutes from that development. We acquired 85 acres there, and we're building close to 1,000 houses in that place. And we have some other smaller projects as well going on there. So how did we overcome those challenges? Number one, I had to partner with several people, probably back home as well as here. Of course, I leveraged my network of trust back in Nigeria. Secondly, it took a long time. What should have taken me probably 6 months or even less took me almost 3 years to do in Canada. Why? I didn't have the right information, and I did not have, let me say, people who had done it before me. If I had some Nigerians who were already in Canada who had done the same thing, I believe I would not have needed to have gone through that long journey. But now that I have gone through the journey, I've learned my lessons. My goal and my passion is how can I begin to bring other Nigerians, other black people, and help them so they don't go through the same stress I went through. That's my number one passion. Number two, how can I use my position to empower my fellow Nigerians? Currently, at least about 3% of our gross expenditure in construction goes to Nigerians back home in Nigeria. What do I mean? So things like I'm doing photography, I'm doing Photoshop, I'm doing web design. I outsource it to my fellow friends and brothers back in Nigeria. But 3% is actually very small, right? We spend hundreds of thousands of millions on real estate here. How can Nigerians benefit from that? Currently in Canada, there's a big shortage of skilled labor, plumbers, electricians. Unfortunately, you cannot remotely do plumbing from Nigeria into Canada. If it was possible, I would be the happiest person on earth. So there is a great opportunity, and I keep asking myself, how can Nigerians develop that skill? Is it possible to train Nigerians back in Nigeria, give them Canadian qualification, and then bring them to come and help us? It will be a big win-win situation for both Nigeria and for Canada. I know I have about 1 minute to go. After this presentation, we can still network and talk more. One other area where I think everybody here can benefit, one of our projects which I was going to show us is called Kajola Creek. Kajola is the 85-acre development we're currently working on. We're going to start construction sometime next year, and it's going to take about 5 to 10 years. There's a lot of profit and ROI to be made from it. And the name, for those who are familiar with Yoruba, what does Kajola mean? Kajola means we prosper together. Thank you, Ambassador. So that's the goal. Both Nigerians here in diaspora, I don't want to call any analogy right now, but can we all come together and partner and build wealth together? I don't want to be the only person benefiting from this. We have some fantastic people among us already who are part of that initiative, and they can tell you more about it. So if you want to come, if you want to invest your little money, your big money, there's opportunity for you. Back in Nigeria as well, if you want to come in as well and leverage and be part of this big vision and dream, you are very much welcome. After the whole program, we're going to sit down and talk more about it. I think my time is almost up. Thank you very much, everybody. I have it, and I'll...
You are just wonderful. There will be time for question.
Yeah.
So please take your seat.
Thank you so much.
And we'll take Honorable Terab You're going to speak on diaspora and data. Data. So, please take floor.
Thank you very much, our distinguished Senator and Chairman of the Senate Committee on Diaspora, the Honorable Chairman, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Your Excellency, the Director of Trade, Federal Minister of Foreign Affairs, and other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I think the talks have been given this afternoon is quite a short one. We have established diaspora data mapping portal for the last 2 years. And wherever we go and whenever we have the opportunity, we always try to encourage Nigerians in the diaspora to register on that data mapping portal. The essence is to help us fulfill our mandate. The mandate of the Commission is to engage with the Nigerian in the diaspora. And engagement means we want to engage with you for the development of the nation as well as for the benefit of the diasporan wherever they are. Of course, part of the benefits include getting to know you by the country, which goes further to appreciate you and also celebrate you whenever the need arises. And then, God forbid, when the unfortunate happens, we can be able to link up with you and find ways for safety for you, as was the case in some various climes in South Africa, Ukraine, Libya, and now Lebanon, and of course Sudan, just to mention but a few. So it is important that you register with us. We always understand that there are some few concerns in registration. The kind of data that we ask for, we keep assuring members of the diaspora, are not very intense and very personal data. We ask you for the simple data that you always throw away on the street. You litter them as you move, and you never understand that you do that. When you get into TikTok, you litter them. When you get into X, you litter them. When you're on Facebook, you litter them because you litter your name. It's always thrown out there. Your email, your phone number, and in some cases, your address. But in our own case, it's for the benefit of you and the nation. And they are not very sensitive ones that we ask for. And we have always given the opportunity that if you go through the portal and if you find any place sensitive, forget about it. Just give us the ones that we can be able to be in touch with you. Just recently, members of the Nigerians in diaspora who have been on our registration portal, about 80 of them have benefited from the National Housing Program, which the federal government initiated. And of course, that's the only way we can reach you. Where my chairman has just made mention of the diaspora mortgage scheme, which I have noticed that a lot of us here are very, very interested in. And there's no way we can be able to know you are interested until we can be able to reach you. Recently, the federal government launched the FGN domestic dollar bond. We were so restricted that we couldn't, by the rules of that investment, which of course, by the way, is one of the most highly yielding return on investment, 9% on a dollar bond investment. I mean, you can understand that it's very, very hard to find around here in the world. But we cannot advertise outside because of the rules of the bond, because it is supposed to be a domestic dollar bond. But we were able to reach out to some of the individuals who have registered with us because that is one-on-one. So these are some of the benefits of registering with the Nigerians in Diaspora Data Mapping Portal. And of course, in simple terms, the registration portal is on our website, www.nidcom.gov.ng/registry. Once you get there, you will have access and you register, and we encourage all of you here to kindly help me pick your phones if you have not done that, if you are from the diaspora, and do that. www, if you can access your web pages, or if you can have access to any web page, www.nidcom.gov.ng, gov as in gov.ng/registry. nidcom.gov.ng/registry. I'm sure if you can do that, you will see that it's very, very seamless and it's easy going. While you also register, we would also like to encourage you to kindly tell your loved ones and friends that are around here to also help us register. I think, just like the chairman mentioned, that we are now transiting from National Diaspora Merit Award to the National Merit Awards. I think we would like to put up a competition. I think the largest country that has registered the most will be the ones that are on our national merit award list. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. So we are trying now to Canada. Let Canada try it, and then if they are the highest on the register, then they will be the most to benefit from the merit award. Thank you very much.
We did have a presentation, but that's okay. I am here, of course, on the panel should be Dr. Joshua Yusuf. He is one of the founders of All Saints University School of Medicine, Dominica. My name is Dr. Guzin Dinsel. I am the registrar of that university. And so I've come here to talk a little bit about it. All Saints University School of Medicine, Dominica was first chartered in 2004 and opened its doors in 2006. It started with just 28 students in Dominica in the Basic Medical Sciences campus. And currently, over the years, it has grown to have graduated over 800 medical professionals. And also currently we have a student body that is over 650 students in the medical program. It's interesting that, to understand what the university structure is like. The Basic Medical Sciences campus is located in Dominica, which is a beautiful Caribbean nation. However, our students will only spend 2 years of the 4-year program there. We have affiliations with many teaching hospitals in the United States. So our students will do their first 2 years on campus, and then their final clinical clerkship semesters, the final 2 years in the United States in teaching hospitals. Now, this is the Nigerian-Canadian summit meeting, and for me, this is a special place to be for the fact that 40% of our student body currently are from Nigeria. They are. So I deal very closely with the Nigerian students. I guide them. As we've grown, and as this is a Canadian-owned medical school, we also have agreements with all provincial aid programs in Canada. So students that are Canadian can apply to Alberta Aid, OSAP, and currently we do have the Alberta, as it was discussed earlier, the community in Alberta. Again, there's a group of Nigerians there that are our medical students, and they, again, do get to apply for Alberta Aid. So that helps a little bit. It is a fast program in that you actually finish your degree in under 4 years. I know that in Nigeria, and other places in the world, medical school is actually 6 years in length, right after high school they start. And for this reason, we have the 5-year program, which means that students, especially coming from Nigeria, once they have their WIAC or NECO certificates, they can apply to the 5-year program. So they come to us, and they are quite young, of course, right after their WIAC, 17, 18, and we feel responsible for these students, but they get a very good quality education. And because there's no long summer vacations, the 4-year program can be completed in less than 4 years, and the 5-year program is completed, again, in less than 5 years. And we're very happy to announce that in 2019, we have our Bachelor of Science in Nursing program that is fully approved by the Nursing Council in Dominica. And we're very happy since 2019. We have about 80 graduates from the nursing program, and now they're currently applying to many different countries. They're working in the US, Canada, the Caribbean nations, and the UK. With our medical students, of course, or with any medical school that's international, parents would, and there's a concern about, one, sending your children, of course, to an international school, but then also the credentials of that school. It's very important. All Saints University School of Medicine Dominica is accredited by the ACCM, which is a which is recognized by the World Medical Education Organization in the United States. And so our students can take the US, Canadian exams with no trouble, and most of our graduates do end up in the US, Canada, or the UK. Those are the most important destinations. As registrar of academics and as a clinician, I actually practiced medicine for 17 years before this. I have a very keen understanding, and we guide the students to where they want to go. And I do all the correspondences with the international medical boards globally. This includes the Nigerian Medical and Dental Board as well. I write the letters, and our students from Nigeria who choose to take the Nigerian exam, they have an over 95% pass rate on their examinations in Nigeria. So they start their housemanships, they do their youth, they're in the youth corps, that way. It's, again, another option for students. So I think our school has given back to Nigeria as well. It's taken its children, a lot of them, it's educated them and produced them as practicing medical professionals in the US, in Canada, in the UK, all over the world, also Nigeria as well. So we did have a presentation. Unfortunately, I have tried to, in the 5 minutes allotted to me, told you a little bit about the school, but you can find all of our information on our website, of course, or we do have our Toronto administrative offices, which I do believe may be in the pamphlet of this lovely meeting. That will also be information. So please do reach out if you have any questions. Thank you so very much.
You've done very well, because you're in the medical field. We allow you to, if you want to have 1 more minute, we can also do that. Okay. All right, so let's have Professor with us now. Certainly, the chair of Senate Committee on Diaspora will speak last in this team of 5. So we're going to have Professor Hamad bin Salahuddin, and I'd announced you before you came in. Please take the floor. Let's welcome Professor Hamad with a lot of excitement, please.
Thank you very much, Excellency. A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah inna Allah ghafurur rahim. His Excellency, the chairperson, the Iron Lady, I call you Iron Lady most of the time. You are very excellent. And I will continue to remember and recall you all what you have done. So I greet everybody. Can I say good morning or good afternoon, as the case may be? And for my Muslim brothers and sisters, I greet you. I say, Salaam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. That is a very beautiful greeting that, inshallah, all of us we will meet in Al-Jannah, because the work we are doing now is the work of God. It is very important in life that we have to touch people's life. It is important. And I greet all of you. My name, once again, Professor Hamad bin Salahuddin. I'm wearing two hats today. But the most important thing, the hat I'm wearing, is in that of real estate, and I will explain to all of you today. I want you to give me some time, because it is very necessary. Nigeria is one of the greatest countries, not only in Africa, in the world. I love Nigeria to my heart. His Excellency, you will recall, we met sometimes in the business summit, and that was, I think, what? Indonesia, in Jakarta. That's a beautiful place, disciplined country. When we met, I think I've been in touch with you from time to time. I don't expect to see you today, but I'm happy to see you. First and foremost, in Yoruba adage, when you come to see somebody, the first thing is to greet that person. Therefore, I have to greet the government of Canada for giving us this golden opportunity to showcase Nigeria as a country, to showcase our potential. Therefore, the government of Canada, I appreciate them. Again, the organizer. The organizer, I spoke to them several times. In this life, nothing is smooth. To succeed, you have to go through a lot of hardship. Therefore, Kola, who is organizing this, I congratulate you and your team. You are doing very well. I commend you, of course. It's not perfect. But we look at it in the future. so that at the end of the day, we can get things done. Well, the subject of today is on real estate. But before I go on, I want to showcase to you the journey of Dubai. We will learn, because people do ask me, why do we have our headquarters in Dubai? I've been living in Dubai for the last 30 years. And that is why we have our headquarters there. And at the moment, we are trying to see what we can do with Lagos state government. Because the real estate business is very, very key to the economy of any country. Therefore, today, I want to showcase how Dubai started. Because 30 years ago, some of you may not know it, Dubai was just a desert. There's only one building in Dubai. But let us see what Dubai is today. I don't know, I have the flag of Nigeria. I love Nigeria so much. I have the flag of UAE, because many people don't understand that Dubai is not the only city. It's only because Dubai is popular. You see, when you talk of UAE, it consists of 7 emirates that came together to be UAE. And the capital is in Abu Dhabi. I will show all this thing to you. I don't know, Abrashid, can you please share the video, because the video is very important. Yeah. Huh? Okay. You see, that video is very important to enable me to share my view, to share the view of our president, able president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, working very hard to make sure that Nigeria gets it right. And Nigeria will get it right. It's just a matter of time. Therefore, that video is very key. Can you give me the flag, please? Yeah. This is my country, Nigeria. Very great country. Yeah. This is it. This is Nigeria. Nigeria is going to be the greatest country, not only in Africa, in the world. Inshallah, by 2075. Yes. Listen to me. It's a long process. Listen. Now, listen to me. No, what I'm going to, no, listen, what I'm just telling you, economically, to you, you see, everybody is always in a hurry. I will tell you the story. Yes. Because economically, Nigeria will be a superpower. Economically, Nigeria will be a superpower. Nigeria, Indonesia, the UAE, China. I want to showcase to you what Dubai has done. Because if you don't know the history of how people develop. Everybody is talking about Dubai, Dubai, Dubai. We want to be like Dubai. We want to see what Dubai has done to become like that. That is the most important thing. Is this not ready? Come on. Hi. Yes, I have to wave the flag. Oh my God.
Okay, I think what we'll do, Prof,
Yes.
is that wrap up this session,
Okay.
which will have just about 30 seconds,
Yes.
and then we'll
Okay,
sort
we'll
out
go
the
back
video.
about that.
Yes, we'll sort it out.
I want to showcase
You're already doing so.
what Dubai is. And I want to showcase that Nigeria as a country, we have every resources. I will showcase to you the super permanent secretary. The World Bank borrowed money from Nigeria in 1974.
That's true. I'm a witness.
You're a witness. In 1974, the IMF borrowed money from Nigeria. I said it, go and check. Just to tell you how great Nigeria is, but we'll be greater again. That's what I'm just trying to show. I will try to showcase that. And I have my good friend today who will talk about 5-10 minutes. That's Dr. Ada. Is a very important somebody from Bangladesh, Dubai, and he will showcase how Nigeria, how we can attract investors to come to our country. I will showcase that. But I will be so pleased to do that, Excellency. Excellency, that video is very, very important, please. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. I think, thank you very much, Excellency.
Thank you so much.
Everybody, what we see.
Prof, you already brought so much energy into the room.
No, I'm just starting.
And you are just starting, eh? So, thank you so much. This dynamism is quite enviable. We really appreciate. So we're taking the last project now. Somehow it's still on diaspora because that is Senator Ume, who is the current 10th Assembly Senate Committee Chair on diaspora.
Yes.
As of the last time when I counted, is a member of 22 committees in the Senate of Nigeria.
Yes.
That's a very rare and is very effective in all the committees. He's the chair anyway, so he carries it on his head. Thank you so much, distinguished Senator. You have the floor now, and the project is yours.
Thank you very much, the moderator, for this session. Ambassador Akinremi Bolaji, then the chairman and CEO of NITCOM. Prof, I'm the only one that calls her Iron Lady. And you call her Iron Lady. Iron Lady because of her steel, the heart to work very hard. Nothing is a challenge to her. She can work without anything and deliver something. So, thank you very much. My co-panelists, Your Excellencies in various cadre here, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you. Like the moderator has said, I'm Senator Victor Ume, a member of the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I serve as chairman, Senate Committee on Diaspora and Non-Governmental Organizations, as well as vice chairman, Senate Committee on Lands, Housing and Urban Development, among other committees. My project here is not to specifically offer you businesses you do to make profits. My own project is come here, motivate you. As chairman of Senate Committee on Diaspora, to think home. Let's see how we can collaborate, work together to make Nigeria great for all, both those at home and those in the diaspora. That's our beat. Yes, in the Senate where I work, we focus primarily on how to change the narratives in the way of doing things in our country so that we can embrace best practices in all sectors of our engagements. When I became the chairman Senate Committee on Diaspora, I identified the need for us to reach out to our people globally in the diaspora so that we'll be able to establish that collaboration that we need to develop our nation. And that is the essence of some of these summits we have been going around to meet our people. One, to tell you that Nigeria is your country. Like Prof says, he loves Nigeria. I don't know who loves Nigeria better. All of us love Nigeria. It's our country. But we want Nigeria to catch up with the rest of the nations of the world in doing businesses through the best ways possible and catching up with the technological developments we see out there. When you are flying across nations of the world, looking at the skylines and the skyscrapers, we'll imagine how these people have worked over the years to grow to where they are. I'm sure if the slides had come up for Dubai, we would have seen structures that nobody would have imagined human beings can create, but they've been created in Dubai. So we are in search of Nigerians in the diaspora who have, through hard work, risen to their careers, their vocations, and their businesses, so that we can take their experiences and capacity and plow it into our nation building for the progress of our country. That's my project for coming to Canada. And I'm very happy since yesterday we've met a lot of people here with enthusiasm in the things they do. Some young Nigerians have made presentations. Ibitoye has just made a presentation here. Some have also spoken about the possibilities that exist, including people who are from Canada who have also participated here. Nigeria is a country with very huge potentials in all businesses. In fact, I would say that there's no time you come into Nigeria that it is late. The space is there because we have a population of over 200 million people, and businesses in Nigeria are just starting to grow. Any area you want to invest in, the sky is, in fact, you do and leave for others to continue. There is no business you go into in Nigeria that you can say that people have overstretched that sector. No, they're just at infancy. So if you have the funds, Nigeria is a heaven for you to go and invest. What we are doing in the legislature is to ensure that we make the necessary laws that will govern the business environment in a manner that it will be attractive to you who has the fund. Presentations have been made here, billions and trillions of dollars that are available to be leveraged on to develop infrastructure, agribusiness, so many things that you can do. And we cannot wait for people to come and develop Nigeria for us. Those of you who left Nigeria a long time ago, you have assimilated the cultures here, the spirit of doing business, access to finance, and how to start small businesses and make them big businesses. So we want to take advantage of your presence in this country, Canada, and in other countries that have succeeded, so that we can plow back this knowledge we have gathered for the benefit of our own people. The Nigerians in the Diaspora Commission has spoken to you. The chairman has spoken about registration, the portal. There's no way you can plan for any group of persons without knowing who they are, their number, what they do. So data is very critical. And I want to stand here to also encourage you to take that invitation very seriously, get properly documented, go to the portal, document yourself, what you do, your knowledge, your capacities, what you can do. If you put it in the portal, by the time we have maximum reach or reasonable reach to all the people living outside Nigeria that are Nigerians doing well, we'll be able to harness you in the diaspora. The mortgage, diaspora mortgage facility program that we're about to launch, the chairman has spoken about it. It's not only for creation of small housing units. You can also have elite housing programs. You participate in accordance with your means, how much you have. If you want to have mortgage of luxury homes in Nigeria, it's still possible. The Federal Housing Authority, I know, because I serve in that committee as well, the MD, we have spoken with him, is also trying to create a luxury estate in accordance with your own means. If you're in that bracket, you can invest in that mortgage scheme for very high-quality houses in big cities like Abuja, Lagos, and so on and so forth. So always think home. The mortgage you do here in America, in the UK, is mortgage that people used to own palatial homes. So it's possible in Nigeria, and that's what we are trying to develop and also launch. Those in agribusiness, agriculture is a business in Nigeria. We are trying to see if we can use it to overtake oil. You know, we have been so reliant on oil production. Nigeria is known as a major crude oil producer in the world. We have had so much money from it. We've had boom in those days gone. Today, that sector is challenged globally. And we are having recourse to other alternative sources of energy. But agriculture is that sector that whatever you do in the diaspora and you want to invest in agriculture, agribusiness, processing and things like that, the sky is their limit. Nigeria affords us those opportunities in very profitable levels. So we want you to think in those directions. Technology and the rest of it that drive the world today. We have people we know that are vice presidents of very big corporations across the world, including America, Nigerians, you know, both in communications and energy generation. These are the places in Nigeria that are challenged. We want people to come home. Let's come and partner. Our president, like the professor said, is eager to see Nigeria become a big economy. And the governor of Niger State yesterday spoke about what his professor told him in Cambridge, that if you want to build a small house, you don't want to build skyscrapers, you continue thinking low, small. So the president is thinking big. The kind of big mega projects despite the paucity of funds he's dreaming of. Shows that he's thinking big. And those of you who are here can help to attract that development finance. I saw mentions of $500 and something billion here. We don't want to be seeing those things only on the paper. We want to see how we can queue in and access these funds so that we can use these funds to invest in these big projects like rail line. I saw one Bonaventure Baize from Burkina Faso here yesterday. He's thinking of building rail line from Gambia through Nigeria to Djibouti to Mecca. I don't know how many thousand kilometers that will be, but he's thinking about it and he's syndicating funds to embark on such projects. So those of you out here, try and dream big and come home. We are there to support as a government, both the legislature and the executive arm of government. We are working together. So I offer you these opportunities, and our partners, those who are not Nigerians but are in this room, think about Nigeria in a positive way. It's a place you can come and invest, make big money, and return to Canada and become a big man. Very big man indeed.
Thank you,
So
sir.
I thank you very much, and
all right.
I wish all of you well here, and just know that we are a phone call away to discuss further with you through our chairperson. No, not chairperson, chairman. Chairman. I don't want to be caught on the gender web. Chairman.
Okay.
Abike Dabrielewa, honorable.
All right, please
Thank you
take
very much.
photograph with your group very quickly.
Thank you very much.